In this video, we are going to discuss prepositional phrases. Now, this shouldn't be all new to you because we previously discussed prepositions. Now, if you, for some reason, have skipped that video or have even forgotten, go back. Check out prepositions again under parts of speech. But now we're going to take it up a notch in terms of complexity, and we're going to deal with prepositional phrases, which is a group of words starting with a preposition. So basically a phrase with a preposition. Let's have a look here. Tom jogged through the park. Remember, when it comes to describing a place or position, that is a preposition. And therefore, through is our preposition. What's the object here of the preposition? Which is that which follows the preposition, and that is park. You can answer, through where did Tom jog? And that answer is here, the object of that preposition. Together, this whole, that whole thing right there, through the park, is the prepositional phrase. Now, it's important to note what a prepositional phrase is because very soon we're going to go through and discuss the difference between fragments and sentences. And fragments are not sentences. That means they cannot stand on their own. And through the park, a prepositional phrase, and any of the prepositional phrases down here, cannot stand on their own. They are not sentences. Again, we'll be covering this in the next video in detail, but for now we know how to identify prepositional phrases and that they are not sentences. Let's look at B. The man lived. Where? Where's the placement? Aha, next. Next to what? What's the object here? Is the cafe. So here's our prep. The object, of course, these words together make the prepositional phrase. But imagine a massive giant came here and canceled this out, or put his hand over it. We would see next to the cafe, and that is not a sentence. Let's look at C. Across the river on the opposite bank, a gnome was cooking fish. Now, this is a tricky one. You can see it's a little more complex. Why? Well, because we have two prepositions. See if you can spot them. In fact, pause the video. Okay, if you think you've got it, let's first off find the subject. Because if you look back here, the subjects are easy. We had Tom at the beginning here, and then the man in this other sentence that I blotched out. But where's the subject? Who's doing the verb? Well, the gnome. So we can see the subject comes here at the very end. And the gnome, what's he doing? He was cooking. What was he cooking? He was cooking fish. You can see there's the direct object. But what about all this business all the way up to here? Starting with across. This entire thing is a prepositional phrase. In fact, there are two prepositional phrases. Across shows us position. So I'm going to write prep above the word this time, but there's the preposition across. Cross where? Aha, the river. So there's our one prepositional phrase. And then to describe exactly where he was in greater detail, we have the second prepositional phrase, starting, of course, with the preposition on. There's our prep. And then ending with bank. And so this is our second prepositional phrase, just like that. And again, no matter how long that prepositional phrase is, across the river on the opposite bank, through the river and over the hills to grandmother's house, don't want to end it there, but if we get all those prepositional phrases in, it is still what? Not a sentence. Sentence says you need a subject and a verb. Here, of course, we have it because there's our subject, there's our verb, and now we can have a prepositional phrase. And now you are ready to learn more about the difference between sentences and fragments.